Clinton's email scandal, a federal judge saying the Democratic frontrunner may have to testify under oath as part of a review into her use of a private server while she was at state. He says a sworn deposition from Clinton may be necessary based on what comes out of interviews with some current and former State Department staffers. Meantime, a Romanian hacker extradited to the U.S. last month to face trial for cybercrimes tells Fox News that he easily and repeatedly breached her server back in 2013, saying he first got into Clinton confidant Sidney Blumenthal's AOL account and used it to hack into the secretary's server twice. The Clinton campaign denies that. The hacker's claims cannot be independently verified, although computer experts say his story is plausible. An unbelievable story developing there. It has not been confirmed yet, but they're saying the ability to confirm what the hacker is claiming is there.
I think it's a bogus story. I think that when you, first of all, when Catherine or whoever asked him the question in jail, said, how many times have you broken into Hillary's email? He said, like twice. I mean, if it's 2 times, you know. If it's like 12 times, you could say like. So. And then he was asked to corroborate any evidence of that hack, of that successful hack. He was unable to present any evidence whatsoever that he successfully hacked. He had plenty of time to give instructions to anyone to corroborate his story. His story is uncorroborated. It is absolutely not.
Okay, well, that's certainly possible.
There's no evidence to support his charge other than his self-serving statement in jail.
Okay, but that is certainly possible. And for the record, Hillary Clinton is calling this, says he's a criminal, and her camp is calling these claims baseless. That being said, Dagan, we chatted about this earlier this morning with Judge Andrew Napolitano. He called this interview profound. In fact, he said if they're able to confirm proof of hacking, it would make it, quote, nearly impossible not to charge Hillary Clinton.
Right, because espionage is only just the removal of information, and we do know that there was top secret information on that server. Listen, the FBI is investigating this. The FBI would theoretically be able to find the footprints of any hacker that accessed her server. And the bigger issue is she has to sit down with the FBI at some point. She has to talk to them. If you lie to them, it is a crime. And they can lie to you. They can sit down and in an interview lie to you and tell you that if you're being questioned, that they have information that they don't even have. How is she going to handle
And what
that?
happens then, Julie,
in jeopardy
when that day comes?
Well, you know, I've said from day one this is a problem for her, but only if there's a recommendation for an indictment. If there's no recommendation for an indictment, then let's agree the FBI did its due diligence. I don't think James Comey is some partisan hack. I think we could all agree on that. And if he recommends an indictment, then that's a problem. If there's no recommendation of an indictment, then can we just all agree the story's bogus and go away?
You can't even get to a recommendation for an indictment unless you have a grand jury. I submit to you that there is no evidence that a grand jury even exists.
Absolutely right. So my point is this.
But how would you know that? Because you don't know what the FBI has. And you don't know
I have a dear friend of mine in Washington representing 2 key witnesses. Dear friend.
Does he
dear
work
friend,
for
I trust
the
him
FBI?
implicitly. Is there a grand jury that your clients are going to testify? No, we know of no grand jury. If anyone has any evidence that there is a grand jury right now, please call me. I would love to be able to confirm the existence of a grand jury.
Just in the order of things, though, wouldn't we want to see what the FBI has? Don't we want to know? I mean, Brian
But you can't talk about indictments and Hillary Clinton wearing orange. I think that Republicans like me divert necessary energy in pursuing wild goose chases. This is a Romanian hacker who offers no corroborating evidence, and we seize on it. Aha, this is it, and it's not it. Sandra says, if these charges are true, Sandra asked Dagan, if these charges are true, well, so forth and so on. If there was life on Pluto, I would, I would go to Pluto for vacation.
As they are. Let's deal with the facts as they are. We know that Brian Pagliano set up her email server that was in the basement of their New York home.
And he got immunity.
And we know that he first pleaded the Fifth and then struck a deal, and now he's talking. We don't know what he's saying. We do know that this judge, this federal judge, and I looked him up, learned a little bit about him, went to Howard University, got his law degree, so on and so forth, doesn't appear to be somebody who would be maybe politically siding with a Hillary Clinton.
But
we do know that he's saying that this has enough sniff to it that she could actually end up.
What the sniff is, why did she set up the private email server is a legitimate question. Did she set up the private email server to avoid groups like Judicial Watch?
But beyond that, the concern is that this was hacked, that she had a private server at her home in Chappaqua, New York, and that it was hacked, and she was exchanging classified information on there. Would you at least show concern, Geraldo?
I have been concerned like Benghazi. I've been concerned for 2 years, and no one has come up with any evidence. Isn't it, at some point, you have to say to yourself, if somebody had something, wouldn't we see it? If this Romanian hacker said,
let me add one thing. Let's throw this pickup truck in reverse and back it up half a mile. From a distance, this looks like one thing: bad judgment.
Yes,
if you want to be the president of the United States,
it is bad
regardless
judgment.
of what comes.
I'm with you. That's all it is. Terrible, terrible judgment.
But that's all it is so far. There's no evidence it's anything.
Well, she wants to be president, and she's got judgment.
I agree
like
with that.
All
I agree with that, and you could settle that with that.
Who will Donald Trump pick as his running mate?
Me.
That's the question we're going to be asking.